Good evening. Scholarship Night is a special celebration in this, a very special community. As you sit in this audience, I ask each of the community members to reflect on what you see this evening so that you can come away knowing fully the gifts that you've given to our kids. You will witness a very generous community who loves its students and who supports them generously. You should reflect on all the different activities that you either took part in, supported, designed, or simply have witnessed as you live in these very special communities. And as you walk away, my challenge to you, and students, don't worry, I'll challenge you later. My challenge to you is to think about what your piece is in each of these awards, how you can make it better, and to celebrate yourselves for the gifts that you give to our children. It is indeed a very special evening. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our superintendent, Dr. Patricia Cosentino.
Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I want to just take a moment to welcome everyone and to give a special note of appreciation to all of our sponsors, community members who are providing these scholarships tonight. Without you, this evening would not be possible. I'm very aware of all of the hard work that you do to make sure that you have the funds so that you can help support our scholars, our athletes, and our very, very wonderful Chippewa students. So thank you very much in advance for your support. We hope that you will continue for many, many years. And students, I want you to remember this, and remember that life is about giving back. And you know that in answering a call to citizenship and one of your learner outcomes. The people tonight who are going to be presenting checks and awards are living that. They are living a life of service. They're living a life of giving back and offering you the chance to be good citizens and world leaders in whatever way that you choose to do so. So please remember, when you are very successful engineers and doctors and scientists and lawyers and athletes and musicians, to also give back, because it really is very, very important. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate all that you're doing. I want to take a moment to congratulate the families. This is a great week. I hope you enjoy every minute. It's my honor to begin this evening with the first award. The Theodore C. Alex Award is given to a senior who has demonstrated outstanding athletic ability and who has shown the potential to become a successful and worthwhile individual within his or her family, school, and community. The award this year is presented to Clara Wolf.
Next award is given by the Washington American Legion. Washington American Legion Gage Zumpf hosts 87 awards, 3 scholarships each year to Washington seniors in honor of past member Edward Weeks. These students are awarded scholarship to assist with their college education or trade and occupational training. Recipients are selected based on their merit and character for the awards. This year's recipients of the American Legion Edward Weeks Memorial Scholarship, and after you come up, I'd like you to continue to stand. Briar Goldschneider, Samantha Padilla, and Josh Rutzel.
Good evening. My name is Diane Swanson. I'm the granddaughter of Robert J. Benham, and I'm very happy to be here tonight to present the Robert J. Benham Junior Scholarship to graduates of the Chippewa Valley High School who reside in Washington and have demonstrated academic ability and high moral character and is enrolled in any stage of advanced studies. This year's recipients of the Robert J. Benham Junior Scholarship are Wesley Meeker, Marie Rosa, and Samantha Padilla.
Good evening. My name is Larry Neary, and I'm chairman of the Bridgewater Scholarship Fund. You know, for some of these scholarships, it is just the end. For us, it's the beginning. This year, we have a 30-year-old coming back for the 12th time for a scholarship. So the students that I'm going to name, I want to see you, Kaylee, next year, and the year after, and the year after that, until you get that doctorate degree you promised. In Bridgewater, the Scholarship Committee considers its job the best volunteer job in town. We get to work with, interview, and ultimately help some of the nicest, most accomplished young people anywhere. The following students' applications are being processed. If you would, when I call your name, come up individually, but stay up here with the old guy, and we'll get a group picture, okay? Kyle Goldstein. Michael Leslie. Kaylee Munson. Kimberly Valentine. Taylor Weston. And Dakota Wilson.
Each year, the Burnham School PTO awards a $1,000 gift to a graduating Chippewa senior. The recipient of the award must be a graduate of the Burnham Elementary School who currently resides in Bridgewater. To be eligible, candidates must have an overall B average in high school and have shown outstanding qualities of leadership and participation in school and community affairs. We had many applications this year, and all with great accomplishments. It was very difficult to make a decision among so much success reflected in all the applications. The student chosen by our committee to receive the award this year is Dana Walker. Congratulations to you and the Bowling School community. Thank you.
I'm Ann Fratalone, and I'm the president of the Bridgewater Women's Auxiliary, and this is Carol Hanlon, our treasurer. The auxiliary has always wanted to support our students because they usually support us somehow, either at our fair or at our recent bingo nights. And this year's award is going to a young man who I understand was working at the fair at 5 years old picking up trash, Michael Leslie.
I was a little eager last time. I'll try and stay in order. The Cabot Scholarship. The Cabot Scholarship, given in memory of Ida L. Cabot, is awarded to a graduate of Chappaqua Valley High School who resides in Washington and has demonstrated academic ability, leadership, and high moral character. Is also enrolled in undergraduate studies. This year's recipients of the Cabot Scholarships, and I'd ask that they stay standing in front, are Brianna Anderson, Sarah Williams, Kelsey Hall, and Hannah Redstone.
My name is Elaine Dinto, and I'm here tonight to present my mom's scholarship, but I hope you will indulge me. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my mom first. After completing high school, a combination of intelligence, hard work, talent, and a caring spirit opened a path to success for my mom, Fran Ducey, both in business and to a life well lived. She met important challenges and struggles with determination, creativity, and grace. An excellent student, Fran took business courses after high school graduation and found full-time employment as a secretary. She volunteered as an interviewer of inductees during World War II and soon became an accountant. Utilizing her talent for financial accounting, in the 1950s, while raising her family, she set up and performed all the bookkeeping for my dad's newly established electrical contracting business. Prior to her retirement in 1986, she was head accountant and treasurer of Ducey Electrical Contractors in Torrington. In addition to full-time work and caring deeply about and for her family and friends, Fran served her community and her church through various volunteer activities well into her retirement years. Though financially a college degree was never a possibility for Fran, she learned as much as she could from homeschooling and on-the-job training. Yet she would never hesitate to describe the value she placed on formal education and the many opportunities that it could bring. When Mom asked me what I thought about her idea of establishing a scholarship, I was delighted and not at all surprised. I still admire her for having done it. She went forward and structured the scholarship under the Community Foundation so that it continues today. It gave her pleasure to think that in some small way, she could assist a young person going off to college, someone who demonstrated motivation, a sense of responsibility, dedication to academic excellence, someone well-rounded and involved in serving others. I have a hunch that she is smiling down on us tonight, very proud of this year's recipients of the Francis H. Ducey Scholarship, Melissa Sarah and Emily Chin. Congratulations.
Foundation of Northwest Connecticut has upheld its mission to enrich the quality of life for residents of our 20-town service area in Connecticut's northwest corner through the generosity of our neighbors. Each year, the Community Foundation of Northwest Connecticut awards an Apollonia Stanulus Scholarship to a high-achieving and deserving college-bound senior. The recipient of this year's Apollonia Stanulus Scholarship is Shaylin Rock.
Good evening. My name is Jeanette Purdy, and I represent the Persbacher Family Scholarship Fund. Victor Persbacher came to Bridgewater in the 1980s after a successful executive career and began to volunteer. He realized that to make a small town successful, volunteers were needed. The purpose of this scholarship is to encourage community service and reward a graduating student of the town of Bridgewater who demonstrates significant community service through volunteer work at civic, religious, cultural, and educational institutions. The Persbacher Fund and the Connecticut Community Foundation announced that this year sufficient funds were available for 2 awards. In addition, the fund did significantly well that it could increase the value of the grant to $3,500 annually, renewable for up to 4 years. This major award was established by Victor just before he left Bridgewater to join his only surviving family member before he died. It's my pleasure to announce Kaylee Munson and Michael Leslie.
The Jack and Vivian Hansen Scholarship is offered by the Connecticut Community Foundation to graduating seniors in good academic standing. The recipients are evaluated on participation in extracurricular activities, as well as their work ethic demonstrated in their work experience. Students who are selected demonstrate not only high academic motivation, but also an initiative to take on a challenging course load in their studies. The 2014 Jack and Vivian Hansen Scholarship is awarded to Emily Chin. The John L. and Jean C. Hughes Scholarship is offered by the Connecticut Community Foundation to graduating seniors in the region who are involved not only in their communities, but also in their schools. Applicants are reviewed for their academic success as well as their community service. This year's John L. and Jean C. Hughes Award to Shaylin Rourke.
Good evening. My name is Sheila Anson. I'm here to present the Judea Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution Award. I just want to say to all of you here, enjoy the next few days because coming up on June 15th, it will be my 40th year when I graduated from this stage, and I'm so proud to be a graduate of Chippewa Valley High School. So, enjoy. The Daughters of the American Revolution is a lineage society that is a charitable organization dedicated to patriotism, historic preservation, and education. The DAR was founded in 1890 by 4 women whose common bond was the fact that each had fathers or grandfathers who were patriots of the American Revolution. The founders sought to create an organization that would perpetuate the memory and spirit of the women and men who achieved independence. The Judea chapter of the DAR was organized in 1898 and remains a small chapter, enthusiastically celebrating our rich and colorful history, derived from a town which bears the name of the Revolutionary War general who became the first president of the United States, George Washington. Evelyn Blake Miles was a member of the Judea chapter. She taught 7th and 8th grades in the Washington public school system for many years. This scholarship is given annually in her memory, and for 2014 is presented to Summer Mercier.
My name is Kirsten, and I'm here to present the Tam Farrow Memorial Scholarship. It's really hard to believe that 13 years ago I was standing on the stage graduating as a senior. And for my senior project, I had established the Tam Farrow Memorial Scholarship in memory of my best friend who had unfortunately passed away during her junior year in high school. Tam was her name, and she loved the arts, she loved music, she loved art, sculpting, anything to do with the arts she loved. And I know that she'd be really proud of tonight's recipient. So I'm very honored to present this scholarship to Emily Chen.
Good evening. It's always such a pleasure to be here on this exciting evening for all these students. I'm Diana Newbert, the president of the Greater New Milford Board of Realtors, and this is Audrey Wilkicki, vice president of the Greater New Milford Board of Realtors. Each year, the board gives out a scholarship to a deserving high school senior to one of the 7 towns that we serve. Those towns are Bridgewater, Kent, New Milford, Roxbury, Sherman, Warren, and Washington. This year, we were able to grant 3 scholarships, with one of them being a Chippewa student. This is actually the first year we have renamed our scholarship in memory of Jay Solomon. He was a realtor who was very active in all of the communities. So it is with great pleasure this year to present this scholarship recipient to Summer Mercier.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to present the Eugene M. Horrigan Scholarship for Gentleness of Spirit. The Eugene M. Horrigan Scholarship for Gentleness of Spirit is given to the graduating senior who best exemplifies the qualities of gentleness, humility, empathy, and dedication to the community and the world. This year's recipient of the Eugene M. Horrigan Scholarship for Gentleness of Spirit is Kaylee Bresson. Kaylee is not able to be with us tonight, but I will share your congratulations with her and let you know how honored I am just to read her resume. This is a young woman who was involved in more community and volunteer experiences than I've almost ever seen in a high school career. As a new administrator here, her senior project, which was to do 26 random acts of kindness in honor of the adults and children in Newtown, and to increase the beauty of the school climate at Chappaq, touched me personally because one of her acts of kindness reached out to me personally. So I will be sure to extend your congratulations to her tomorrow.
Hello, my name is Samantha Steinis, and it's my honor to present the Tyler Horrigan Scholar Athlete Award. The Tyler Horrigan Scholar Athlete Award is given in memory of a Chappaq student, Tyler Horrigan, who passed away shortly before his high school graduation in 2003. This is the 11th year that the award will be given. The award recognizes a senior boy and girl who exemplify the characteristics that made Tyler so special, being a good student, great athlete, and, more importantly, a compassionate human being. Candidates for the award must have exhibited success in both the classroom and on the playing field. Specifically, a 3.0 or grade point average, or higher, grade point average, and participation in at least 2 interscholastic sports. More importantly, the award recognizes the personal attributes of teamwork, leadership, friendship, and especially caring, characteristics that were all at the heart of who Tyler was. A good head and a good heart are primary considerations for award recipients. The Horrigan family, Tyler's parents, Rich and Kathy, as well as Ty's brothers, Travis, Troy, and Teague, are pleased with this year's recipients. Both have gone above and beyond meeting the award criteria. On behalf of the Horrigan family and in Ty's memory, I am happy to announce this year's recipients. They are Tommy McCluskey and Kim Valentine.
The annual Colonel James Hull Scholarship is awarded by the St. John's Episcopal Church. The recipient is selected based on her academic achievement, her service to the community, and her overall quality of character. St. John's is proud to award the 2014 Colonel James Hull Scholarship this year to Shaylin Rourke.
I am Reverend David Peters. I'm representing the Chappaq Prevention Council. The Prevention Council is made up of community members, administrators, educators, and students. And it is our goal to help students to live their lives with intentionality, to work to see who they are as individuals, and to lead lives with personal integrity. We also have worked towards sponsoring events such as the post-prom events in the past, have special speakers, and worked with the Health and Wellness Day in the middle school. Each year we have been awarding to a graduating senior boy and girl the council award. And this year our award recipients are Shaylin Rourke and Samuel Blint.
The Litchfield Bank Corps Scholarship was established to assist a graduating Chappaqua senior who has expressed an interest in participating in or pursuing business or finance. This year's recipient is Will Harris.
Good evening. My name is Michael Nolan, Senator Nolan. Each year, the Chappaqua Valley Education Association teachers raise money to fund a scholarship to award a Chappaqua senior or seniors who have chosen to pursue a career in teaching or education. This year, it's my pleasure to award the SVS scholarship to Hannah Redstone and Samantha Padilla.
This year in our newly reconfigured 612 school, the PTO stepped up in a big way. The former middle school PTO and the former high school PTO got together and came up with goals for our 612 school, and one of their first objectives was to ensure that scholarships continue. I'd like to publicly thank them for their efforts. The winners of this year's PTO scholarships are, and there are 5 of you, so hang tight. Tia Martino, Caroline Hermans, Sarah Williams, Clara Wolf, last but not least, Hannah Redstone.
Good evening. I'm Joe Mustick. I'm with the Washington Rotary Club. And Hugh Silk was one of the founding members of the Rotary Club of Washington. And his tireless efforts to improve the quality of life for our community over many years endeared him to everyone he met. He was the very embodiment of the Rotary's motto, service above self. Each year, Rotary presents 2 scholarships in his memory, to graduating Chappaqua seniors. And I'm very pleased to present this year's Hugh Silk scholarships to Caroline Herman and Sarah Williams.
Swanson Technology Scholarship has been awarded annually to a graduating senior pursuing a technology career. This award, which was created to honor the memory of the boys, is given to a student who has demonstrated a strong aptitude in technology. The recipient is always a Chappaqua student who worked hard, never quit, and shows strong moral character. The Swanson family is happy to present the 2014 Swanson Technology Scholarship to Dakota Wilson.
Good evening. My name is Marlena Smith, and I am presenting a scholarship this evening for the United Nations Association of Connecticut. The United Nations Association is a not-for-profit, nonpartisan organization that supports the work of the United Nations. It encourages active civic participation in the most important areas, social and economic issues facing the world. Issues such as war, human rights, famine, and protection of the environment. The aim of the scholarship is to encourage and support students with a demonstrated commitment in promoting world peace through a career in international relations and diplomatic service. Students receiving this scholarship must have demonstrated academic excellence, as well as progress in developing fluency in a foreign language, commitment to social betterment, as demonstrated through community service, and active leadership involvement in international issues by participation in the Model UN and similar conferences. So, this scholarship has rather specific requirements demanding a number of challenging abilities, as well as a commitment, dare I say passion, to contributing to a better world. It's with great pleasure that I present the 2014 UNA Scholarship for International Understanding to Thomas James McCluskey.
Good evening. I am Fran Kelty. I'm president of the Washington Business Association, representing 115 plus members whose mission is to support local business, which helps create the fabric of what makes the community unique. In supporting each other, we seek to assist in making this community the very best it can be. The recipient of this year's Washington Business Association Scholarship is Summer Mercier. Who has been an active participant in both school and community activities. On behalf of the WBA, I'd like to congratulate you, Summer, and wish all of you here this evening the very best in your future endeavors.
Hello, my name is Judy Vincent Winans, and I'm a 1979 graduate of Chippewa, which would be, yes, 35 years ago. And I am here on behalf of the New Preston Women's Club, which will be celebrating its 100th anniversary in 2016, to present a $1,500 scholarship to an exemplary student from either New Preston or Marbledale, and that student would be Ken Buell.
Hello, I'm John Quist, and I'm here representing the Lions Club of Washington. And we're mostly known for eye research, funding eye research, and also supporting the vision impaired. But locally, we also support the Washington Ambulance and the Fuel Fund, and we support education also. And we had a lot of applicants this year, and we're hoping that through fundraising we'll be able to offer more next year. So support your Lions clubs when you see fundraisers and stuff. And we also love new members, so if you're interested, we have a lot of fun. Our recipients tonight, I guess you all should just kind of stand up here, and there's like a few of you. Kelsey Hall. Samantha Padilla. Josh Retzel. Briar Goldschneider. Wesley Meeker. Summer Mercier. And Hannah Redstone. Hannah's coming up. You know, Sheila Anson said she was 40 years ago up here. Well, I was with her. Jeez, kindergarten all the way through, she and I were together. Golly.
The Lois Marsh Scholarship. Lois Marsh was a librarian at the high school many years ago. She was known for her enthusiasm in the theater and her involvement in local issues. Her friends and family donated to this memorial fund that continues to provide a scholarship for deserving seniors. Each year it is awarded to a student who demonstrates good character and active citizenship. This year, it is our pleasure to award the Lois Marsh Scholarship to Samantha Padilla.
I chose to give this particular scholarship in memory of my late husband, Robert Middlebrook, for a lot of reasons. While he was a quintessential world businessman and lawyer, he was also deeply involved in the arts and interested. He Can you hear me? Can you hear me? He was active in the Washington Art Association. He was very supportive of my particular art career and interested in all that went on in the art world. So this evening, I chose to give this scholarship in memory of my late husband to Sasha Kostusas. So Sasha is doing a lot of wonderful things, including going to the Rhode Island School of Design, which is a real accomplishment. Take a picture. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Barbara Cover. I'm the president of the Roxbury Scholarship Foundation. The Roxbury Scholarship Foundation was founded in 1969, and it gave its first scholarships in 1971. And if we're confessing, I graduated from Chippewa in 1971, but not from this stage, from the Washington High School. Scholarships are given for all, scholarship, citizenship, and financial need. Over the years, there's been nearly $2 million given. Tonight, we're giving the seniors their scholarships, the remainder of the scholarships, which have gone to upperclassmen, graduate students, and at time people returning to school, were in the mail today. The Robert Hodges Scholarship goes to Emily Chin. Robert Scholarship in absentia goes to Kaylee Bresson. The Norman and Clara Hurlbut Scholarship, along with Regine and Morley Metzler Scholarship and a Roxbury Scholarship Foundation Award to Clara Wolf. The Denise Laureate Scholarship and a Roxbury Scholarship Foundation Award to Larissa Welsh. The Gertrude Lynch Scholarship and Regine and Maurice Metzler Scholarship to Thomas McCluskey. The Charles and Janice Russell Scholarship and Regine and Maurice Metzler Scholarship to Melissa Sarah. And James and Mary Rant Weaver Scholarship to Nate Steers.
I'm David Kellogg. I'm representing the Board of Directors for the Chippewa Friends of Music. I see we've got 2 people that we've put in the program, but we do have 5. So this is a scholarship that we give out to seniors. They apply for this scholarship. It's for seniors that had a commitment to the arts in Chippewa throughout their high school career, whether it be chorus, band, orchestra, the art, dramatics, whatever. We want to give them a scholarship to go to school. First one is to Nate Steers. Next is to Summer Mercier. The next is to Taylor Weston. The next is to Anastasia Oberdorfer. And finally to Dana Walker.
Good evening. I'm Ann Kimball with Terry Spatz, and we are representing the Washington Environmental Council. We have 4 recipients for the Marianne Erickson Scholarship. 3 of those are freshman students who have completed this year of environmental studies: Emily Dean, Kirby Peters, and Catherine Alexander. And this year we are very proud to give our scholarship and the future of our planet to Nate Steers.
The Student Council Scholarship is awarded to the student who, over the course of her career at Chippewa, has demonstrated effective leadership skills. Over her 4 years as a member of the Student Council, this year's recipient has been an incredibly valued member. She has been the go-to person for all the activities that have been done by the Student Council. She has tirelessly worked to improve the climate at Chippewa. It is with great pleasure that we award the Student Council Scholarship this year to Kaylee Munson. The Ladies Auxiliary was organized in 1979 with the purpose to provide assistance and support to the firemen in their duties whenever and wherever needed. To this day, this continues to be their primary goal. The award is given to 2 graduating seniors who are Washington residents and who exemplify the values held by the Auxiliary of the Washington Volunteer Fire Department. Those values are service, a dedication to community, and a commitment to help others. It is with these ideals in mind that we present these awards to Sarah Williams and Briar Goldschneider.
My name's Evan Whitehead, representing Washington Grange. The Grange was first formed in
1867 to help the farmers that were devastated, the southern farmers devastated by the Civil War. Nationally, the Grange, or Patrons of Husbandry as it's named, came into prominence in the 1870s with the Granger laws that were helped to fight the excessive high freight rates that the monolithic railroads were charging the farmers to haul their goods to market. The Grange was also responsible nationally for establishing the rural free delivery system of mail that we still enjoy today. Here in Connecticut, the Connecticut State Grange had a program in the 1920s to get Connecticut out of the mud, which actually helped lead to the paving of a lot of our state roads. Here in Washington, the Washington Grange was originally chartered in 1873 and didn't last very long, I guess probably because of the lack of interest. It went out of business. It was rechartered in 1893 and continued on as a real active organization, and a lot of prominent agriculture in the state at that time. It was one of the main social things here for the agricultural community. And the Washington Grange existed till 2005. As the dynamics of agriculture have changed over the years, and I'm not going to mention when I went to school here like some of these other people were brave enough to. But when I was in high school, there was 30 dairy farms in Washington producing milk. There was between 700 and 800 dairy farms in Litchfield County. Today, I can't tell you where to find one dairy cow in Washington. There's less than 30 herds milking cows in Litchfield County today. The changing dynamics of agriculture, the Grange still tried to affect legislation that would address agriculture, but also became more of a community service organization. And even though Washington Grange now is merged in with Bethlehem Grange, we set a CD here aside to provide a $1,000 a year scholarship to a graduating Chippewa senior until the money ran out. So I'm very pleased tonight to present the 2014 Washington Grange Scholarship to Larissa Walsh.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Susan Payne, and I'm proud to be up here with Michael and Nellie Condon, and Ann Kimball's in the audience. We are on the board of the Washington Scholarship Fund. Tonight we are celebrating our 50th anniversary. We're very pleased to present our annual scholarships to 15 seniors who have been residents of Washington, Washington Depot, Marbledale, New Preston, or Woodville, our town of Washington, for at least 2 years. And the Scholarship Fund will renew its scholarship support of 38 Chippewa High School graduates who are continuing their college or trade school educations. This adds up to $178,000 in scholarships for the 2014-15 academic year. How does Washington Scholarship Fund do this? With your help. And I want you to be on the lookout for our annual appeal in the next few weeks. And in celebration of our 50th anniversary, we will hold a special benefit concert with up-and-coming musician Jeremy Messersmith on Friday, July 25th, here at 7 p.m. in this auditorium. Please help us fill all 500 seats. Since 1964, Washington Scholarship Fund has enabled many hundreds of qualified local high school students realize their dreams of attending college, with scholarships totaling over $2 million. Together, our donations are an investment in the future of tomorrow by providing the opportunity for post-high school education for our bright, committed, and eager students. The heartbeat of what makes living in this special community is the generosity and participation of all of you. We believe that education is the key not only to our students' long-term success, but to the ongoing success of our community and our country as well. And now to the success of our students, Nellie and Michael are going to present our awards to our 15 seniors tonight.
I think I have 13 names here.
13 names, I think that's right. Sorry, my mistake.
Anyway, the first person is Brianna Anderson. Samantha Padilla. Tia Martino. Summer Mercier. Hannah Redstone. Moraid Rosa. Josh Rutzel. Chase Davenport. Casey LaPlante. Wesley Meeker. Sarah Williams. Kelsey Hall. And Sherlyn Root.
Good evening, I'm Tom Osborne, and I'm a gas chief of the Washington Volunteer Fire Department. It's my pleasure to be awarding the Washington Volunteer Fire Department Scholarship this evening. Washington Volunteer Fire Department has been giving an award to a young man and a young woman from Washington who has graduated high school since 1939. In 1939, the award was $10. Since that time, we have increased the amount of giving that we do every year. You can be happy. Embracing technology and providing public service are two of the fundamentals of the modern fire service today. With that in mind, it is my pleasure it's our pleasure to help these young people further their education. The first recipient of the 2014 Washington Volunteer Fire Department Scholarship is going to study engineering at Carnegie Mellon University. That's Carolyn Hermans. The second recipient of the 2014 scholarship is going to study political science and international relations at American University, and that's Dylan Fairbairn. This year, I'm pleased to announce that we are able to present a third scholarship to a student who must be related to an active or a life member of the Washington Volunteer Fire Department. This scholarship recipient is going on to study radiology at Naugatuck Community College, and that's Ryan Goldsnyder.
I have to say, after 5 years of seeing a lot of you, you clean up really well. I'm Cindy Hopkins, and this is Sheila Anson, and we are representing the Sherry Williams Scholarship Committee tonight. And to tell you a little bit about our scholarship, we'll tell you about Sherry. Shortly after she started college, she was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a very rare type of bone cancer. And despite chemotherapy, radiation treatments, which created illness and pain and the loss of a leg below the knee, Sherry was determined to get her degree. She achieved her goal of getting her diploma before passing away in 1977 at the age of 21. Sherry's friends, teachers, and associates set up this scholarship in her name to remember her courage and determination to continue her education. With that in mind, each year we look for a Chippewa senior who has demonstrated Sherry's qualities of contributing to the life of Chippewa Valley and exhibiting conscientious and high motivation to do well academically. We are very pleased to be awarding our 38th Sherry L. Williams Memorial Scholarship to Dylan Fairburn. Members of the audience, I hope you remember to reflect on this evening because what you witnessed is very special. I'd like to thank a few people that made this night possible. First and foremost, our new secretary, Sarah Osborne, who put the evening together. Thank you, Sarah. And Julie Dolan, who donated her time to make sure Sarah was okay in her first year. Thank you, Julie. Our junior class officers volunteered their time to be here. Clayton Fermender, Alden Kane, and Kendall Ross. Thank you. And students, you've received support from your Board of Education this evening in the person of none other than Jen Pody. Thank you. And now I'd like to just say a few words to my students. What you've been given this evening is extraordinary. I hope that you paid attention to the very special things that happened on this stage. People who are memorializing their mom, their sister, their friend, their son, their daughter. These are profound gifts that have been given to you, and they've been given to you very lovingly and happily. I couldn't help but notice how much every one of our scholarship presenters love to get their picture taken with you. Kind of like your paparazzi, but in an even better way. I would also like to point out that it's written that to whom much is given, much is expected. We expect a lot of you because we can. Look what you've done already. Look what you've contributed to the Chippewa learning community. Look what you've contributed to your family. Look how you've honored yourselves. Celebrate yourselves this evening and remember that. These little communities will never be able to hold all of you. So in the words of Ella Grasso, bloom where you are planted. Some of you will stay, some of you will remain close, and some of you will be all over the world in the tradition of Chappaq graduates. You will do wonderful things. You will achieve wonderful things. You'll fall in love. You'll reach success. You'll start your own families. But you'll always remember that you came from these special little communities that love you so much that a whole evening is guaranteed to sit you in these chairs and give you lots of money. It doesn't get much better than this. And I hope that each of you remember how good this evening was as you give back to the communities that you lead someday. I can't wait till you come back and tell me all about it. To the members of the audience, remember your homework. Keep this going. It's a wonderful tradition, one of which you should be very proud. On behalf of Dr. Cosentino, Mrs. Ferreira, and Mr. Dyer, I wish you a good evening. Thank you.